Hey Cancer, thank you for tuning into your How Do They Feel About You reading. I hope everyone's well and feeling amazing. I'm so unbelievably grateful for your support. You guys are freaking awesome. Thank you for the love and beautiful energy you bring to Soul Embers. And if you're new here, my name is Andrea. I hope you find something here today helpful and you choose to stick around. So, how do they feel? What are they thinking? What are they going to do about it? That's what this reading is all about. You might be feeling confused, getting mixed messages. So hopefully I can draw some messages for you that will resonate with your situation and guidance that will help you make the best decision and gain some clarity on what is the best next step for you. All right, so let's have a look and see. How are they feeling about Cancer? So you might be feeling a little bit in the dark at the moment, Cancer, and having this lack of clarity. What I'm getting for you, having this lack of clarity is really weighing you down. You really want to take charge, take control. You really want to create momentum, and you want to move forward with intention, with purpose, to build, to progress. And what I'm feeling is that you're feeling that you're being held back because of their lack of action. It's almost like they're trying to slow you down, and you are at the start line ready to take off and start creating life. And this is actually been an exhausting process for you. It's almost like this waiting game, and there seems to be this hope given to you that there is the opportunity for a start, for a really passionate and really, it's going to take off. This is the time. It's going to happen. And it's almost like a false start. And it's basically chipping away at the hope you have in this. And you're just simply confused now as to where you stand with it all. So, just a few channeled messages I was getting while I was shuffling for you. Let's have a look and see. Let's dig in here and see what this is about. So this is all about them, guys. If the reading does resonate and you would like to reach out for a personal reading because you vibe with my reading style, I would love to do one for you. All right. Oh, gee, that's so freaking frustrating. Give me a sec. Sorry. While I pick up the card that fell. Do I stay or do I go? And the frustration behind that sentence is I can feel it. Do I stay or do I go? I feel that the connection with this person is, there is an aspect of your relationship with this person that is incredibly intense, but it is not balanced. There are so many other aspects to bringing this together to allow the relationship to form its identity, and it's just not happening. You are feeling frustrated that there is only one area that is nourishing within this relationship, and for a long time the two of you may have been able to be sustained by that, but it's causing an imbalance in your own personal life now. It's also causing an imbalance within yourself and the different aspects of yourself, and you see how it's affecting the other areas of your life. So you've stepped into a vibration where the intention, well, originally, let's say the intention was to cultivate something balanced that has progress, that can gain forward momentum, but it only took off in one area. And so there are all these other aspects that, that need to be a part of that a part of that puzzle so you can get that complete picture. And now it can no longer sustain you. What you've been living off with this person can no longer sustain you. So there is an aspect of yourself that you really are feeling is calling you, or there is the higher self that is calling for you to take responsibility and take action towards your purpose when it comes to your love life. And when I say your purpose, I mean what your calling is, what you want to experience. So let's have a look and see what's the deal with this person and why are they causing Cancer so much freaking confusion. So at this time, they're kind of feeling that there is something there in their eyes. In order for them to embrace this wholeheartedly, there is something they need to let go. Whether that be independence, whether that be a circle of friends, a work, a belief, freedom. It could be a combination of all of it, or one that is very important to this person. In their mind somewhere, they've created this thought, or there is this opinion that's been formed, and it's created the block. That's where their block is. It's almost like if I embrace my Cancer, I can no longer integrate this other area or areas of my life. And the cards are flying everywhere. You might be feeling all over the place, Cancer, honestly, because I'm getting cards flying everywhere. And give me a sec. All right, I'm back. So yeah, so they are stuck between a rock and a hard place. And the thing is, they don't want to let go of this part, this connection that you both share that is so intense. And there is this mentality that they may not be able to find that anywhere else. They totally revel in this aspect that you both share. They feel safe in that area specifically. It's almost like they have these different areas of their life, and each one of them fuels them in a different way. However, they're finding it difficult to integrate you into that life. So how can there be a partnership? There is a level of fear associated with that. And I feel that it has to do with, really taking that next milestone, a level of maturity that's needed to face the reality that we go through different cycles, and throughout our age, let's say our ages, there are parts of our life that we need to let go of, and it happens organically. We've lived it, we've experienced it, we've explored it, we've experimented, and now it's time to embrace something new and something different. There's this fear that they don't want to let go of what they know works well for them, just in case things don't go well, and then what have they got to fall back on? A lot of fear here. There is an aspect of them that is haunting them, and they can't seem to let go of this idea that if they surrender to you, this is what this is about. It's almost like they're not giving in. They just give you enough to show you that there is so much hope and opportunity for the two of you, but there are always false starts. And they truly want to believe that that's the direction you guys are going. But this block, this belief, they've really got to let it go before they can take that next level, before they can close out a cycle. And they may be repeating the same behaviors all over again and again and again. And they keep bringing this into the relationship. They keep bringing this. So if this has got to do with a past trauma, or with a parent, or, whether it be friendship or even from a past relationship, they bring that trauma with them and they live through that reality in your relationship, and they have a false sense of reality of what the two of you are actually experiencing. They're not in the present. They're living with within the confines of their past. They're being controlled by their past trauma, and they haven't found a way to heal that and let that go and move on from that. It's almost like they keep resuscitating this past trauma, allowing for it to remind them of pains that they've experienced. This could also be subconsciously, so there could be some work here for them to do before they're able to embrace a relationship with you or with anyone else, Cancer. So that's how they're feeling. They're feeling that, something within them needs to transform. Something within them needs to die. They need to let go of. They need to face reality, mature, and before they can embrace what you're asking for. In the meantime, you're ready. You're ready to be part of a healthy, loving, reciprocal relationship. They're not ready to receive or reciprocate because they're still filled with their own self-doubt based on their past traumas. And the reason, and the thing is that I guess this victim consciousness that I'm getting here, this card here, and there are definitions in the book, which I'd happily read actually when I finish channeling intuitively for you. But what I'm getting here is that, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm going to try and focus the camera as much as possible. If you guys can zoom in, the skirt that this lady is wearing is basically shadows. It's a cloud. It's a black mist, and beneath that are snakes. We have skulls. We have people, a wolf here. Okay, and what I'm getting here is that these traumas creep up on them. Right? They creep up. I want you to imagine a horror movie where, this is what it feels like. Imagine a horror movie and you're watching the movie and there is a murderer outside and someone from the inside is ready to go outside to do something. And you think to yourself as you're watching this movie, no, don't go outside. Don't go outside. That fear that you feel for that person because you know that they're about to get murdered. Now, I want you to imagine this is what this person feels when they're triggered by certain feelings. They know what's about to happen. Their false sense of reality tells them this is what's going to happen. They get triggered. They know what's on the other side of that door. Okay, and that's their fears. That's their past trauma creeping in, reminding them of what could happen if they were to take that step. And that, the way that translates for you, because this is quite deep, Cancer, but the way that translates for you and the way you see it is there is a lot of blame that happens here. You might, when you try to pursue and push forward with this, they may hold you responsible for not being understanding, for not being supportive. They may bring up these traumas from the past and how you're not helping them with this situation and how you're trying to push them. Then you feel bad. Then you take that step back. That's when you feel that weight of it not progressing. That's where you feel that you're being held back and that you have no control. This is definitely haunting them. Definitely haunting them. I tell you what's haunting them. They are so dependent on the love, that unconditional love that you have. Some may call this an energy vampire. Whether this person does it willingly or not is a different story, whether they realize this, but they're so deprived of love for themselves and allowing themselves to explore that space that they're trying so hard to keep protected due to that past trauma, that love hasn't been able to penetrate it, and they're starving for it. So they're automatically drawn, and they've become dependent on this unconditional love that you have for anything or everything. Your ability to see the goodness, the warmth, the desire, the beauty in people, your ability to emotionally connect with them and others on an emotional level. It's almost like there is a resentful feeling behind this. And the thought of them losing that is what fuels them to actually give you those false starts. They want you to hang around, Cancer, because what's important for them is that you accept them exactly as they are today. This is what they truly desire. Allow me to be myself. If you can allow me to be myself, then maybe I'll learn to love myself. They feel that they don't measure up because maybe you are, and we all do this. This is part of what we want to achieve in our life. You state how you want the relationship to go and what you want from a partnership. They feel that they're at a lack of, and they don't know how to heal that within themselves. And so they come and they find that beautiful energy that you have, and they revel in that. They absolutely revel in that. And because they've got this block, they're unable to reciprocate what you truly want. They can't be their true selves. They can't accept themselves for who they are, and they're kind of stuck between this rock and this hard place. And I guess what they truly desire at deep down inside is for that acceptance of who they are today as they are, so that it allows them space to breathe, so that they can accept themselves and learn to love themselves. Whereas it should be the other way around, right? First, they need to accept themselves before anyone else can accept them. The things that you are triggering them. You are a mirror of their biggest fears as far as what they're lacking. What they want to provide is what they feel they can't because of the areas they need to heal. Wow, Cancer. Something may have happened recently, so I feel moving forward how this person's going to, reach out, what's their next move? Beyond their own, I want you to imagine beyond their own nightmare, they can't align with you at the moment, Cancer. They're living in this false sense of reality, remember? So they're finding it very difficult to align with your vision of creation. And there is definitely a need for them to heal their inner child. There's definitely an aspect of themselves that they've really, really suppressed. And it has to do with giving themselves the satisfaction, the love of self, basically. If there was anything I was going to tell you about their approach towards you, whenever they're triggered, instead of being reactive, try and connect with their inner child and the parts of them that have been traumatized. For example, if you're aware of them. If not, and this concept does resonate with you, maybe that's something you could explore with them, rather than feeling that it's personal towards you. Being able to remove yourself and look at this objectively, as in this person has some work to do within themselves, might allow this the space and this breathing space it needs for you to really see where the problem with them lies, what that trauma is about. And if it has to do with their inner child, which is the message that I'm getting, trying to connect with that space and talk to them on that level, it's going to take you to really tune into your intuition to do this. But listen to it, let it guide you, and you will see that connecting with that inner child in them and just saying words that will trigger a sense of worthiness, nurturing, a sense of acceptance of that inner child could completely change this head-butting that the two of you are experiencing and the dynamics of this. So if you're willing, Cancer, to put in that effort to really, really see it through with this person, I feel that that's the approach. And, you know, at this, I feel you've been coming at it in the wrong angle, and they just have no idea. They just live in this nightmare. Let me pull out a couple more cards. I just want to pull out, no, I'm not the same deck. They definitely don't want to let you go. They definitely don't want to let you go, but I feel that this approach is going to really give you the breakthrough, give them the breakthrough and the mental clarity that they need to see things from a different perspective. That's going to be a cause for a lot of celebration. So, in summary of this, Cancer, what I would say is change your approach. Try and connect with them on their trauma level and identify where within them they're unable to nourish themselves, and offer them maybe plant some seeds, offer some perspectives. I mean, you don't want to tell them what to do. You can't make them heal. You can't, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. And you don't want to fix them. This isn't about fixing them, but being able to open their eyes to something that will allow them to start removing that block is really going to change the dynamics. And that's what I'm talking about. And seeing that this is not personal, rather than this is just a human being who is experiencing life in a particular way that is different to your reality, is what this is about. Now, whether you choose that you want to be on that journey towards their spiritual awakening or healing or whatever it is or not, that is basically the decision you need to make. Are you willing to invest that energy? It's not even about time, it's about energy. You could be with this person for 15 minutes and say the right words, and it takes a lot of energy to remove yourself from the equation, to remove your own motives and your agenda, to remove your own needs and see it from that perspective, because it will give them the clarity and give them cause to celebrate, right? So there's almost this sense of selflessness attached to this. So you don't need to be around someone for hours and hours to have an effective conversation, if you get where I'm going with this. So basically, this is about whether you're willing to put in the energy for them, and whether you feel that it is going to be reciprocated in a time frame that matches what you want to achieve. Okay, so let's draw out a message and see, what does Spirit want you to know about this? What's Spirit's guidance on this? So Cancer, if you wanted to reach out for a personal reading, my contact details are in the description box below. Feel free to reach out. I would love to do a reading for you. I typically respond to emails within 10 to 15 hours of receiving them. Okay, you got 2. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. Now, practice compassion. Oh my gosh, Cancer. See things from a fresh perspective. Oh my God, I shit you not. That's exactly what that card down here says. Now, I'm going to hold this card up here. Hopefully it's focusing. No, it's not. Let me just focus the camera. Have a look at that. Take a screenshot if you like. Meditate on the energy. See if it inspires you to act in a new way, in a different light. Have faith. Trust your faith in this situation. And this is the one I'm talking about. Practice compassion. See things from a fresh perspective. Wow. Exactly, beautifully ties up everything I've just said. Beautifully. Alright guys, I hope you found that helpful. Please comment below. I love reading your comments. It helps me connect with your energy, and I use that to channel messages for future readings, so I can get messages for you that better resonate and better align with you. It also helps others on their journey. Your perspective may be a light bulb for someone else and an aha moment. So yeah, have a fantastic week, and I'll see you for your next lot of readings. Bye, Cancer.